Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on MLG Shakur's Plateau. This is our second semifinal match of the evening in tonight's ALT-Stracraft's Arena Open Tournament. That is for all leagues. And we are going to be doing a pretty good matchup here. Two teammates going to be battling it out. It is going to be a PvP mirror matchup here. And so Cheetah taking on PswBoSs. Now, I haven't seen Boss play tons. I have seen him play before, but I've definitely seen Cheetah play quite a bit. Cheetah, if you don't know who Cheetah is, PSW Cheetah, also known as ChitaPrime on the Korean server. So that's who that is. He is a professional player. And I say professional, and I mean that in every way, shape, and form, in every sense of the word. This guy is he's a phenomenal individual, as well as one of the best StarCraft 2 players that I've had the opportunity to see. He takes home a lot of prizes from ALT-Stracraft tournaments, that's for sure, as well as do some of his teammates. He's really got a great thing going with PSW, whatever that stands for. I can't remember. Actually, if somebody knows what PSW stands for, that would be great to know, because I think I knew once, but I've forgotten. So, but it is going to be standard openers here from both players. PswBoSs slightly ahead on his gateway, but not by much. So Cheetah may end up playing just a little bit more defensively in that position. We'll see how that's going to go, but he is going to be... Oh, look at this. He's not scouting necessarily. He's looking around for his opponent's proxy locations. He's just checking to see here. Looks like he knows his opponent's play style here, which kind of cracks me up. He's like, let's just make sure he's not proxying me. So he does check that right away. He knows that he is in the clear for now. Cybercore going down for both players. It looks as though Boss still slightly ahead on his timings, though. He's only on the one gas. Same thing here for Cheetah. We'll see how that's going to go, if he is going to choose to make a tech switch here and play a little bit more defensively or not. Oh, he's building a second Cybercore and then cancels it right away. Always smart to not double build Cybercores. But a little bit of a misclick there from Cheetah, which is relatively rare. That is for sure. This guy does not make very many mistakes. Boss now going to have his Cybercore complete. Going to be working on, guess what? Warp Gate tech right away and chrono boosting that sucker out ASAP. Going to have his first Zealot out on the field here in just a moment. I assume will be followed by a Stalker. Yes, it is. Same thing here for Cheetah. Does start chronos on that Warp Gate tech. He is going to have to gear up for, I would assume, some defense. He's slightly behind on his timings, as well as took a little bit of loss with that second Cybercore. That's actually, in a mirror matchup like PvP, that can really actually hurt you, the cancellation there. There is a cost to that. But he is going to be grabbing his second gas, so I assume going to be transitioning into some robo play. Now, he does have his probe cruising out across the field here, wants to look and find out what's going on, is going to find a Stalker and a Zealot at the ready. Take him down. He dies fairly quickly. And guess what? 4-gate here from Boss. Now let's just check and see where he has stopped his unit production. 20 probes, it looks like, is where he has stalled probe production. Not a bad deal there. Going to be chrono boosting out another Stalker here, as well as continuing to chrono boost out that Cybercore, and should be cruising out across the map here momentarily. Now he does have a probe in his opponent's base, but it's scouted here. Big stuff there from Cheetah. That is definitely going to slow down that 4-gate attack. He's going to have to send out another probe, that is for sure, and here comes the probe right now, but he is going to be continuing this 4-gate push, it looks like. Looks like these gates are going to complete here in just a moment, except the Warp Gate tech completed slightly sooner, so maybe just a couple seconds behind on the building of these gateways. But here comes the attack. We are going to see what appears to be 2 Stalkers, 1 Zealot, cruising up to that position. And here goes your pylon. Looks like Boss going to put one just a little bit out of the way first so it doesn't get taken out. So at least he'll have some relatively close warp-ins instead of some super close warp-ins if he was able to hide one of those guys in the base of Cheetah. So Cheetah looks to be in fairly decent shape. He is going to have out his Immortal. Now it will come down to Micro. He's going to have to toss down, I assume, at least one force field at the bottom of this ramp. And there goes your pylons on the low ground for Boss. Going to be ready and waiting. Oh, I don't know if I like that force field. Don't know if I like the force field. There, I like that one quite a bit better. Now with this Immortal on the field, he should be able to clean this up fairly well. He needs to get out probably another force field there. Oh, he's got 3 sentries now. He should be able to hold this ramp indefinitely. Looks like he did let those guys up to the high ground for just a moment. Enough to get some warp ins now. Boss doing a lot of damage here. Does take out that Immortal very, very quickly because of that. Just a little bit behind on that force field, costing Boss a lot of units there. And now he's going to have to continue force fielding this for just a little while. And Boss feeling pretty happy about himself. Going to be warping in more units. He is definitely going to be trying to push this attack. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Chita going to be backing out here. Is going to let his opponent up into the base. Oh my goodness. What is going on? He's going to try and defend this with probes. Pulling all of his probes here. And going to try and get a good surround on these stalkers. But look at this. Focusing them down. And Chita GG's out of the game. Nice play there from Boss. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Next game here in just a moment. Don't alt-tab. Always on Starcraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on Metalopolis, MLG Metalopolis. Game 2 of this semifinal match. PswBoSs versus PsW's Chita. That is ChitaPrime, also known as. So great, great stuff. And that 4-gate attack from Boss was absolutely ridiculous, and Chita just made a couple small errors there that could partially... Well, I better not say anything, but I think that sometimes I wonder about his connection because, I mean, he should have had that force field down. He had plenty of force fields available. I don't know. Anyway, just one of those things, but he did end up losing that game because of that force field just being a little bit too late, and allowed PsW's Boss to just make it up to the high ground there, get a couple warp ins for just a moment, and that is it. Got to love it though. Boss going to be cruising out with a scout, is going to find his opponent here momentarily, where Chita is spawning at the 6 o'clock position as our blue Protoss. 9 o'clock position we do have Boss. He is the yellow Protoss. Man, I love this PvP matchup here. I just like that these guys are, you know, like clanmates or teammates, if you will. Makes it just a little bit more fun for me sometimes, just to see how they interact. They haven't had any chat or anything quite yet, which is, I don't know, not necessarily strange, but usually teammates like to chat a little bit during the early stages of the game, but this guy's not talking right now, so well, I don't blame him. Got to make it to the finals, that's for sure, but looks like timings here for everybody's just fairly similar, except Boss a little bit behind on his assimilator there compared to Chita. Chita slightly ahead on his gateway as well, so a little bit more crisp timings from Chita here in game number 2. Now he does have his gateway about to be complete. Should see his Cybercore go down. Yes, we do. In great time, Cybercore down before his opponents there, but not by too far, so just a couple seconds behind for Boss, but seems to be in fairly decent shape still. Good scouting here from Chita. Going to cruise in here, does see the timings, and does not see a second gas, so we could potentially see a 4-gate versus 4-gate at this point still between these two players. I'll be interested to see where we're going to go from here. But man, pressure on Chita at this point. I mean, he's got to go 2 games in a row now against Boss, which clearly is difficult to do. Warp Gate tech going to be started here for Chita. Looking good. He's got a hidden probe in his opponent's base here. Now that could really, really be good. If he can keep that hidden and potentially get some warp ins and destroy his opponent's economy, that could be tons and tons of fun to watch. Is going to be chasing his opponent's probe out of his base. She's going to be tossing down another gateway here, so 2nd gate. And 3rd gate, going to be chrono boosting out that Cybercore. And a 4th gate maybe. Yes it is, I think. It looks like a 4-gate. 4-gate here for Chita. He has successfully hidden this until now! And he does get caught off guard. Looks like this probe is going to try and evacuate, but it's going to get intercepted by this Stalker. Stalker taking him out there very, very quickly. Boss here slightly behind on his Warp Gate tech, but not by too much. Chita going to be backing out here for just a moment, it looks like. Backing out for sure. Not going to be pushing his 4-gate attack at this point, so he is going to grab a robotics facility. 4 gates, 1 robo, not a bad deal there. Looks like he is going to go ahead and grab his 2nd gas. Let's just check it on the units tab. Chita down 1 probe. That's because that one that he lost there. but still he is actually producing probes where his opponent is not. So kind of interesting there. His opponent has stalled production there. Good stuff, but 4 gates here. Looks like these guys going to be cruising around. He's going to, looks like, wow, I think Cheetah actually going to try and hide his army numbers here, so he may be going for a big push off 1 base, which is probably not a bad play. Just about, oh, he's not going to get supply locked. He's okay. He's okay. He's working now on a, guess what, a Warp Prism. Going to go for some, wow, some Zealot drops. Going to be tons of fun to see, that's for sure. It's going to come down to whether or not Boss has enough Stalkers. Now, he does have 2 Stalkers here. Those guys are going to be fairly effective. He's just got to be careful that they're in appropriate position. He does have an Immortal out on the field. The Immortal going to be helpful as well, but he's got to keep these guys moving against a whole mass of Zealots. Here comes your attack. Looks like he's going to be putting these guys up on the high ground. Look at that placement there. The Warp Prism can just, like, ladder them up without even leaving. That's nice. Nice looking attack here from Cheetah, getting this surround on the Immortal. That's amazing. It looks like Boss was helping him there for a moment. Good stuff. Pulling some probes here for Boss to try and make this happen. But look at this. Cheetah pushing forward here with his Stalkers. Moving forward, going to be continuing the warp-ins here. He did put down a pylon here just in case. I love how he brought a probe with. Doing a lot of work here, that's for sure. Taking down that last Stalker. This Stalker going to die to the Sentry. The Sentry being fairly effective there. A couple more units now going to be in the mix. There's going to be some Zealots. These guys going to focus these guys down. We'll see if Boss is going to be able to hold on here. He does have another Immortal out on the way here in just a moment. He's got to Chrono Boost that sucker out. Currently Chrono Boosting his Warp Gates, though, trying to get in some more units. And look at this attack from Cheetah. He's got a lot of Zealots now out on the field. The Zealots going to absolutely obliterate the probes as they get pulled. Cheetah got to be careful. Wants to keep his Stalkers alive, that's for sure. Going to be warping in a Sentry here as well. Nice looking push at this point. Got to love it. Cheetah looks like he may be able to take it down right here, but here comes your last push, your last ditch effort from PswBoSs. He does pull all of his probes to try and defend this Immortal. The Immortal going to be blasting away at the Zealot, but does not get it done. That guy get focused down way too fast, and there's the GG from Boss. Beautiful game. Cheetah taking down game number 2. That will take us into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Press 1 if you love game number 3. But here it comes. It'll be at you here in just a moment. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt tab. Always alt Starcraft. To see you guys in game 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is game 3 in a best of 3 here between Cheetah and Boss. Got to love this matchup here. Cheetah showing a lot of strength in that last game. I loved his Warp Prism play there, and his micro is absolutely phenomenal. So good stuff there, but it did even the score, bringing us to this phenomenal game 3. And it is going to be Boss spawning as our yellow Protoss up here in the top right-hand corner. Bottom right is Cheetah spawning as blue. Got to love this PvP matchup between these guys. Man, they're so hardcore. I love it. They decide their matches fairly early, though, don't they? They're pretty aggressive, so good stuff. But it looks like standard timing, standard openers thus far. One of these 2 individuals will be going to play Sasquatch in the finals. So our finals is going to be a Protoss versus Zerg. That is exciting. And I'm actually pretty pumped to see that, regardless of who wins this matchup. But Cheetah, very strong player. I like I said earlier, I am a little bit more familiar with Cheetah's play than I am with Boss's play. But I have seen Boss play before, and obviously he is definitely right around the same level as Cheetah, which is, I don't know, top 25 in the world. I mean, Cheetah is a phenomenal player. ChitaPrime out there on the Korean server. And a very, very highly ranked individual, and Boss clearly highly ranked as well. But he is going to be sending out his scout. Boss heading in an incorrect direction, so not going to get that lucky early scouting done. Let's just check back in on Cheetah's base. Does have his gateway going down in fairly decent time, and his assimilator. Looks like the timings are just about the same here. Looks like Boss was slightly ahead on his gas. The gateways not too far different. In fact, they almost look identical. Almost identical. Boss just slightly behind. But Cybercore is going down for both players. Looks like Cheetah beating to the punch there by 2.5 seconds, perhaps. Not much, that's for sure. Essentially the same build order at this point, and good crisp timings. Notice that Cheetah, still not scouting, knows that it is going to be a 4-gate versus 4-gate on this map, or at least that's what he's assuming, I think, at this point. Which could be true. There's only one player that I know of that doesn't consistently 4-gate in a PvP on this map, and that is ChitaPrime, actually. He loves to do 3-gate robo on this map, which may strike some people as strange, considering it does not have a high ground advantage, but he is actually very good at making it work. He's got a couple tricks up his sleeve, and it's really fun to watch, but go check out his stream if you guys need something to watch. It is /ChitaPrime. In the meantime, Cheetah going to be working on his second gateway, going to be chrono boosting out that cyber core. And what do we have here for Boss? Boss going to be probably doing exactly a 4-gate here, but looks like Cheetah may not be going for a 4-gate here either. He is going to be getting his second gas. He's already got it up and running, and it was scouted here by Boss, so I'm interested to see what Boss is going to be guessing here. But Cheetah does have only 2 gateways at this point. Going to be working on some more stalkers here, and working on that warp gate tech with his chrono, so I'm kind of interested to see where he's going to be headed with this. What is he doing here? Looks like he's just scouting around the map, looking for a probe, and he is probably going to find one. Look at that. Catching the tower, is going to see that probe cruising out across the map. And that probe not going to last long, that's for sure. Down he goes. So what is it for Cheetah here? It is 2 more gates, so it is going to be kind of a 4-gate. However, these 2 gates are going to be late, which could play a very, very big factor. I don't really want to see Cheetah getting aggressive here in many ways, because his warp ins aren't quite going to be where they need to be. And it looks like Boss going to be ready to warp in here in just a second off of 4 gates. So yeah, Cheetah is backing out here. I think that's the smart move at this juncture. Let's just check in on the units tab. Notice that Boss down 1 probe here, but not much. So it's still fairly even there economically. Uh-oh. We do have a Twilight Council for both players. Boss actually ahead on that, so probably going to see Blink Stalker play here from both of these players. But there's the Twilight Council completing for Boss. In the meantime, Cheetah working on his. Where did he put it? Oh, there it is right there. Twilight Council. Looks like it's about to be complete as well. Oh my goodness, Boss going for a Dark Shrine. Interesting play. Wondering if Cheetah thinking the same thing here. Doesn't quite have the same amount of gas, that's for sure. But he is going to have to be careful moving forward here. If he does not have detection, that is definitely going to open this window for Boss to take down this win. So he's got to get some detection out, got to get prepared, do some potential scouting, either that or push an attack like right now. And it is a little bit late for that. Cheetah going to be working on just defending against a potential big 4-gate push. Oh, man. And he is getting his blink out, but he's just getting... Oh, man, I'm a little worried here for Cheetah. He's really gonna have to work hard to make his defense work against DTs, and it looks as though that DT shrine is about to be complete. Only 12 more seconds left, and here comes the push from Cheetah. He is going to be caught out of position though, so when these warp-ins are about to go down, which they are, look at the timings there. Here comes your warp-ins, 3 DTs about to head straight into the mineral line of Cheetah. Now Blink going to be complete here in just a moment, so we could potentially see a base trade type scenario here because of Cheetah's way out of position here. But here come those DTs. Oh my goodness, massacre at the mineral line. Good reaction time there from Cheetah, but man, definitely going to be hurt. Just putting a lot of pain on him right now. That is for sure. Forge going down here for Cheetah right away. He's going to try and defend this position. So he's going to come in here. He's going to do some damage, and then he's going to try and defend that Forge position. He's probably going to go ahead and toss a cannon down in that position so that he can defend it. But it is definitely going to be a base race here momentarily. But here comes the main defense. Notice that Blink going to be coming in fairly handy. Going to see him blinking these guys back. But a couple DTs in the mix here for Boss. Going to be super effective. He's got to buy himself some time. Oh my goodness. Cheetah does not have enough to build a cannon, and that is going to mean game, I think, here. Boss in such phenomenal shape. That DT play was absolutely ridiculous. And there it is. GG from Cheetah. Boss going to be taking it down Wonderful play there. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Congratulations to Boss. He will be going into the tournament finals. Going to be playing Sasquatch there, a Zerg player. Thanks to Cheetah for coming out. We always love having that guy, and hope that he will be back very, very soon. Thanks again to everybody. We'll see you guys in just a bit.